I know you've heard me say this before, but when you get one of these old Mercedes-Benzes and drag it home, one of the first things you want to do is pull all the door panels off and do the interior door maintenance. I've got a number of videos on this subject. I'll put some links in the description below this video. So I'm not going to go over that today, but what I want to show you as I'm working on this blue 300 SD, and yes, I've taken all the door panels off. I've got lubrication that needs to be done. I've got some cosmetic things that need to be done. Look at that. Look at the wood on this. Well, what am I going to do? Well, enter a parts car. And so in this video, I'm just going to show you briefly how important it is that you get a parts car when you want to restore one of these old Mercedes diesels. And that's one of the advantages of having these 300 SDs rain upon my head this past month. I've got some really nice parts that I'm going to put on this blue 300 SD. I'm showing you the door here, but maybe off to the left you can see this here. Look at this piece of wood is also delaminated on the dash. So that's another part I'm going to be able to take off the parts car and replace here. But this is what I'm focusing on right now. This is the chrome door pull. And so is the case with almost all of these old Mercedes diesels. These get loose and worn out. Now, it's not a big deal. It still works. But you notice it's also starting to corrode, and we've got some corrosion pitting in the chrome. So look, enter the one from the parts car. Now this one is off the right rear door, and look at how tight that is compared to this one. And look at how nice that looks. And you notice they're the same. So I can rob these off the back doors, and it's very uncommon to find one worn out. And these are very easy to change. Have two screws you pull out like this, and then you turn it and turn the handle, and the rod will come out, and then I can put the rod back in this one and put the two screws back in. Now notice these screw holes in this bracket are elongated. That will allow you to adjust this to the door panel. So what I'm going to do now is just snug this down, and I may have to readjust it when I put the door panel back on it. Okay, look at that. What a change. Very simple. But these are pretty expensive if you don't have a parts car. Of course, I'm going to be lubricating all my power window mechanisms, but on the left rear door as well as the right rear door, I've got some problems with the rear window regulators. In fact, the one on the left rear door is jumping teeth. So I'm hoping that I can get out to that parts car or parts cars and find a couple of good rear window regulators. Let me show you something I'm really excited about finding on that silver parts car, and that's the shift cover wood. You know, the wood in the blue 300 SD, you can see here is not bad. It's not chipped out, but you've got all this cracking in the finish. It does have all the clips intact on the back side, and it's very presentable. This is actually better than most. But look at the one that I found in the silver one. Look at the Zebrano grain in this. And there isn't a crack anywhere in any of the finish. So isn't that going to look nice when I put it in the 300 SD? I'm going to also put in the matching glove box wood and some of the dash wood as well. But this is a very rare find right here. Let me show you how easy it is to replace these. There's no sense in trying to repair it even if I had the pieces. But it's just held on the backside with 4 7mm head plastic nuts. And these come off very easily.
There it is.
Look at this one. Isn't that beautiful? Once again, look at the heavy Zebrano grain and the finish. There's no cracks in it. Be very careful when you're pulling on this that you don't snag the veneer. It's very easy to damage it. Okay. See if the holes line up. Yes, they do. Don't over tighten them, just snug them down. Okay, let's take a look. Look at that, doesn't that look better? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull those same pieces off the other 3 door panels and put them on the blue 300 SD. Now, right here, you see why I like having a parts car? I highly recommend if you have the room to be able to get one, it'll really pay off in your restoration.